Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting afternoon with Reading with Grandma. Today we're going to be reading a book called Ant Can. And if you see in the title, the T for can't is tipped over. So they can't do something, but now they can, just by working together and doing what is right. So let's get started. This book is written by John Montgomery and illustrated by Joey D. Once upon a time, there was a line of teeny tiny, itsy witsy, rinky dinky ants. And the only way you would ever see them pass was if you had a handy dandy magnifying glass. They'd sneak into picnics, they'd steal away sweets, they'd parade into houses and raid the fridge for treats. The ants would rant, "We can't eat healthy, it is not our way, see? Sweet treat snacking is our destiny, our history, a mystery." It's the way it's supposed to be, but Alex Ant had to disagree. It is okay, okie dokie, hunky dory, to eat a sweet occasionally. If you eat the right foods and exercise like me, you can become the best ant that you can be. Just then, out of the blue came a gigantic shoe. Ker-swish! The other ants cried. "Boo-hoo, Alex Ant is surely through." Imagine their surprise to see Alex lift that shoe like it was an easy thing to do. The ants wiggled their antennas, shouting, "Yay, yippee, yahoo!" But then the ants were frantic. They hustled and bustled. They skedaddled, scurried, scampered, because their anthill was in trouble. It was surrounded by monster trucks and power shovels. Their colony was going to be demolished into rubble. For while the ants were out collecting sugary treats to eat, construction crews were getting set to build a brand new street. The ants cried, "Woe is us, the future's bleak, we can't compete, we're doomed, we're toast, we're puny, we're scared, we're weak." But Alex Ant was a gallant ant. He told them, "Follow me." He led them as they climbed way up to a nearby tree. If we exercise and get good things to eat, our giant army is just one that we'll defeat. Alex checked the situation, looking down below, and soon he spied a foreman running the whole show. As he watched the man give orders, Alex hatched a plan. "Don't tell me that ants can't, when in fact we really can." And with that, Alex jumped into the foreman's pants. The other ants did too, and the foreman started doing a herky-jerky jazz hands dance. His arms started racking, rolling, twitching, waving, and flailing, and all the workers thought their boss was motioning to them. They drove their rigs in zigs and zags and crisscrossed back again. They took their bulldozers and steamrollers and exited the site, and the foreman was so embarrassed that he left without a fight. Now it was the ants who danced, giving crazy, going wild. They cheered for Alex Ant as he flashed his winning smile. The next day, Just at sunrise, every ant woke up and exercise began. Alex led an ant chant. We're ants. Don't say we can't, when in fact we can. And that is the end of the story. And that is your lesson to show you that no matter what you think you can't do, just try, give it your best, and you can do it. So now our next story for today is Pokey and his friends, Lucky Ducks. This is adapted by Naomi Kleinberg from a script by Bruce Talkington. Pictures drawn by DRI Artworks. It was a beautiful spring day and the saggy baggy elephant was feeling very happy. He was on his way to his favorite lagoon, humming to himself and dancing as he went. 1, 2, 3, kick, 1, 2, 3, kick. At the same time that Saggy was dancing down the path, a mother duck and her 3 ducklings were also out for a walk nearby. Now please pay attention, the mother duck said to her children, Tom, Dickie, and Harriet. There's quite a lot to see in this big wide world, and you don't want to miss any of it. But instead of listening, the ducklings were watching a big blue dragonfly with shiny wings, darting here and there. When it flew off into the jungle, the 3 of them hurried after it. And be very careful, continued their mother, not to get lost. But it was too late. Where's our mama? Asked Harriet, when the ducklings had tired of chasing the dragonfly. Mama, Dickie called, looking around. Their mother did not answer. Suddenly, the ground began to shake. The flowers around the lagoon began to bob their heads up and down, and the palm trees began to sway. What's that? Tom asked fearfully. What do we do now? Hide, Harriet answered. She hurried into the bushes with her brothers right behind her. But it was only Saggy arriving at the lagoon. Everything in the jungle always shook when he danced. Saggy sat down on a large rock. Oomph, he said. Dancing can be very tiring. I think I'll rest my feet. Suddenly, he heard a small voice. Excuse me, the voice said. Oh, Saggy cried in fright and climbed straight up the nearest tree. Can you imagine an elephant climbing a tree? Who said that? I did. Down here, mister, Harriet replied. She and her brothers waved up at Saggy. Saggy quickly slid down the tree. Who are you? He asked. The ducklings. There we go. The ducklings introduced themselves. We're lost, Harriet added. Will you be our mother till she finds us? Tom asked Saggy. I am not a duck, Saggy replied. I am just a saggy-baggy elephant. But I suppose I could, for a little while. Oh, thank you, hooray, the ducklings cheered. What exactly does a duck mother do? Saggy wondered. What does your mother do? Dickie asked him. Well, Saggy said, she teaches me how to be an elephant. So, you can do that for us, Tom suggested. Teach you to be an elephant? Saggy asked in surprise. No, teach us to be ducks, Tom explained. Okay, Saggy said slowly. I think I can do that. For their first lesson, Saggy sat the ducklings in a cozy circle. Here we go. When you quack, I think this is how you could do it. Take a big breath like this and let it out. Whoo! Saggy let out a huge breath, but it certainly didn't sound like a duck's quack. The leaves rattled on the trees, and the ducklings' feathers fluttered in the breeze. Harriet, Tom, and Dickie giggled. "Now you try it," Saggy instructed. So the 3 ducklings breathed in and breathed out. Just the way Saggy had shown them. Their quacks sounded like a baby elephant trumpeting. "Not too bad," Saggy said. The ducklings giggled some more. Next, Saggy decided to teach the ducklings how to fly. "It's really quite simple," he told them. "First, you start running like this and hold on to the leaves." Saggy began to run, and the ground trembled. "Then you flap your wings really hard," he continued, furiously flapping his arms up and down. "Then you leap into the air," he yelled, jumping. "Okay, we'll try now," Harriet said as the ducklings prepared for takeoff. Up they went, and down they came. Crash! Right into Saggy's lap. "Well, I think we've perfected the landing," Saggy said, smiling at the ducklings. After that, Saggy wanted to teach his little friends how to swim. "All right," he said, "swimming is easy. All you do is jump into the water and then float to the surface, like this." "Wasn't he supposed to float to the surface?" Harriet asked her brothers after a few moments. "All the showing is the trunk." "You see," Saggy said when he finally came out of the water, "it's easy. Now you try it." So one by one the ducklings jumped into the water. But when they came to the surface, standing on each other's shoulder, Saggy sighed. "I guess I haven't done a very good job of teaching you how to be ducks," he said sadly. "It's all right, Saggy," Harriet comforted him. "You're keeping us safe and happy, just like Mama would." Just then they heard the sound of footsteps rushing through the grass. "My little ducklings!" the mother duck called as she waddled into the clearing. "I've found you at last." "Mama!" cried Tom, Dickie, and Harriet, running toward her. "Thank you so much for taking care of my children," the mother duck said to Saggy. "I'm afraid I didn't teach them how to be very good ducks." Saggy apologized to her. "What's important is that they're safe," she replied, "and I'm sure you did your best." "Besides," Harriet added, "I already know how to quack." She gave 2 short quacks to show Saggy it was true. "Quack, quack!" "Watch me fly!" cried Tom, circling around Saggy's head. "Watch me swim!" Dickie shouted, paddling quickly across the water, for the mother had already taught them everything they needed to know to be ducks. "Why didn't you tell me?" Saggy asked in amazement as he watched the ducklings. "You never asked us," Harriet answered. "Besides, it was lots of fun seeing you try to be a saggy-baggy duck." And that is the end of our story and the end of our time for today. I hope you've enjoyed our 2 books for today, Pokey and His Friends Lucky Ducks and Ants Can. So make sure you leave a comment as to what you would like to hear, what you would like me to read to you. Like and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I put out another video. Take care and have a good Sunday afternoon. Bye-bye now.